stop everything for a moment, because what I'm about to say is going to touch your life in a way you won't be able to overlook. November 24th is not just another date passing by. Something about this day has already begun shifting the energy around you, even if you haven't realized it yet. Lately, you might have felt off, waves of emotion with no clear cause, strange moments that felt heavier or more meaningful than they should. That isn't random. Something powerful has been moving toward you, and it has finally found its way into your life. You've carried so much recently. Battles nobody else saw, thoughts you kept to yourself, pain you pushed through quietly. You kept going, even when your heart felt tired. None of that was ignored. Every struggle, every step, every moment has brought you to right now. Over the next 72 hours, life is going to shift in ways you won't be able to deny. Change is coming quickly, forcefully, unmistakably, and the very first wave of it is already brushing up against your life, preparing to hit you in a way you'll remember forever. Before we keep going, like this video, subscribe, and type "I am ready" in the comments to claim this energy. You may notice tonight that things begin moving differently. Areas of your life that felt trapped or silent are beginning to loosen. Stagnant situations are waking up. You'll feel subtle but undeniable shifts that let you know something real is happening. Your mind becomes more aware. Your energy reacts without explanation. And your heart senses things you weren't able to perceive before. People, feelings, and moments that used to confuse you suddenly start fitting together, as if everything around you is quietly rearranging. Over these next hours, if you keep seeing repeating numbers like 333, 555, or 777, pay attention. They aren't coincidences. They're signals that what's unfolding is aligning directly with you. What's coming next is stronger than you think. Little signs you dismissed are going to reveal themselves as messages. The way people speak to you, the way events unfold, the way moments feel, everything begins carrying weight. This isn't chaos, and it isn't luck. It's timing lining up for the first time in a long time. Tonight, your energy blends with this shift effortlessly, and the numerology of November 24th amplifies it. This day is a magnet for things you've been patiently waiting for, drawing them into form without you having to force them. You'll start noticing opportunities you didn't see before, patterns in conversations, timing that feels too perfect to ignore. Situations that felt stuck will break open. People you never expected may appear just when you need them, all at once. Things that made no sense begin to click into place, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Something you've been wanting, something that felt out of reach, begins moving closer. Simple actions create bigger results. Ordinary moments turn meaningful without you pushing a single thing. Connections around you transform as well. Encounters, conversations, small interactions suddenly carry purpose. Decisions you make now ripple outward in ways you won't fully understand until later. Moments that once stressed or confused you are going to reveal their purpose. Life has been lining things up quietly behind the curtain, and now it's letting you see just enough to understand the shift. Today, the world might feel slightly different. Tiny details you'd normally overlook will feel significant. Ordinary conversations may suddenly feel deeper, more telling. Events fall into place in ways that surprise you. Even simple choices feel like they matter more than usual. People may act in ways that give you clarity without them realizing it. Tasks that felt slow or frustrating begin to move faster. It's like something has lifted a hidden block you didn't know was there. By the time the evening comes, you'll see small moments stacking up to create something bigger. Conversations land perfectly, messages arrive at the right moment, and everything feels like it's aligning just for you. As the day moves, old patterns begin breaking apart. Situations you've been trying to push forward finally begin shifting on their own. Moments that once felt unrelated start revealing hidden connections. Even the smallest realization feels guided. You'll notice interactions feel smoother, decisions feel easier, and clarity arrives in ways you didn't expect. And as the final wave of this energy settles in, everything begins tying together. After the new moon, the influence becomes even more noticeable. Things that used to feel complicated now flow almost effortlessly. Choices don't feel heavy anymore. Situations that once took forever to resolve begin sorting themselves out. Connections deepen naturally, without struggle. A simple conversation, a short message, or a brief encounter may unlock something you've needed to understand for weeks. And the best part? You won't have to chase any of it. This shift isn't here to push you, it's here to carry you forward. By the time night settles in, the final wave of this shift has finished weaving through your day. What once felt heavy now feels strangely effortless, and outcomes appear that you wouldn't have been able to predict just a short time ago. The energy of this day leaves a mark, solid, noticeable, and lasting, like a door closing softly behind you, while a new one opens. There's a sense of completion in the air, a feeling that everything has been arranged just right to prepare the space for what's coming next. Tonight, November 24th, carries a quiet but undeniable current. Moments that you normally wouldn't think twice about suddenly feel significant, almost symbolic. Conversations flow more easily. Decisions come with less resistance. Situations begin to sort themselves out without you having to step in or struggle. Everything feels more intentional, as if the day itself is gently nudging the pieces into place. Even small things, messages, reactions, quick interactions, carry a sense of importance when you really pay attention. Time doesn't move in its usual rhythm. Things that typically drag on seem to finish quickly, while simple routines unfold with a surprising sense of ease. Tasks feel lighter, conversations land differently. Ordinary moments spark a kind of quiet insight that you might not have noticed before. There's a subtle pattern to how everything aligns. It encourages you to pay attention, to notice what normally slides past you. Thoughts that were scattered earlier in the week now begin lining up with clarity. Ideas you couldn't connect before suddenly fall into place. Your focus sharpens without effort, and your awareness seems to know exactly where to look. People around you respond differently too. Some open up more than usual, while others reveal intentions you hadn't seen clearly before. It feels like the world is shifting just a little to make room for understanding to come through. Interactions carry transparency, and choices feel more natural. Even the spaces you move through seem heightened, like the environment itself has tuned into your presence. Objects, messages, and even ordinary cues seem to align with your direction. The changes aren't loud, they're subtle, stacking quietly throughout the day until the difference becomes impossible to ignore. Plans that once felt distant now seem reachable. Thoughts about the future feel more grounded, more real. A small step taken now could ripple much further than you expect. Conversations, gestures, and even fleeting moments hold a weight that extends beyond today. Timing feels less random and more synchronized with what you're ready to step into. A simple greeting, a shared laugh, or an unexpected message can carry clarity or meaning that wouldn't have been visible before. People reveal themselves in small but telling ways. Some show alignment and support. Others highlight where distance or change is needed. These interactions gently guide your understanding of what belongs in your life and what may be preparing to shift out of it. Even your physical experience reflects the energy of the day. Tasks that usually require effort feel simple. Movement feels smoother. Routines flow instead of dragging. What once felt confusing or mentally heavy now becomes easy to navigate, allowing room to see the larger pattern forming around you. Awareness becomes a tool, helping you catch details you might have missed before. You begin to sense how interactions fit together, how choices create momentum, and how subtle cues guide your next steps. Technology, communication, and digital exchanges also feel unusually aligned. Messages arrive at just the right moment. Replies come quicker. Even small notifications carry relevance. As the hours pass, these shifts add up. Even without dramatic events, the day reveals a new rhythm, one that brings clarity, direction, and understanding. Quiet moments show you what's possible. Brief interactions offer guidance. Simple choices open doors. November 24th builds itself into a transition point, shaping the days that follow with more purpose than you might realize at first glance. People's intentions become clearer than usual today. The way they act reveals what truly matters to them, and their reactions give insight into whether they align with what you need or not. Simply paying attention to these small behavioral threads allows you to adjust your approach naturally without pushing or forcing results. Your routines, both personal and professional, unfold with a different rhythm. Tasks that usually drag on seem to finish with surprising ease. Collaborations flow more smoothly. Even responsibilities that once felt heavy now glide by with fewer obstacles. The energy of the day encourages forward motion in the areas that are finally ready to progress. Out of nowhere, moments of guidance appear. A passing comment, an unexpected message, or a random encounter sparks clarity. Coincidences don't feel random. They feel like subtle markers pointing you toward where your attention should go next, even if you didn't plan it that way. Your surroundings hold influence too. Spaces feel more responsive. Tools you use behave as though they're supporting your focus. Movement through rooms or environments feels lighter, almost guided. When you tune into the physical world around you, you can sense it amplifying this shift, helping you complete interactions and tasks with a smoother kind of momentum. Decision-making carries a different kind of weight today. Choices that seem obvious or easy tend to be the ones aligned with what's ready to shift. When hesitation appears, it often reveals information you didn't know you needed. Timing becomes a quiet guide, showing you when to pause and when to move. The people you cross paths with behave in ways that expose their priorities without them saying much. Cooperation becomes more visible. Support appears in subtle forms. The more you observe without reacting prematurely, the easier it becomes to respond at just the right moment. Even tiny moments of reflection spark actionable understanding. Glancing at a message, catching a small detail in a conversation, or noticing the body language of others suddenly gives you insight you can use immediately. These moments are delicate but powerful. Work flows more easily than usual. Tasks that used to feel complicated move with surprising efficiency. Repetition doesn't drain you. Obstacles don't feel as threatening. The ease you feel creates room for deeper focus and more meaningful actions. Places where you once felt stuck begin to dissolve. unexpected answers or new clarity appear in situations that had been clouded or slow. Observing people's reactions, your own responses, and the outcome of small choices shows you how the day is shaping itself. Adjustments happen naturally as you follow the direction of the shift rather than resisting it. Conversations take on depth. Words that seem casual carry meaning beneath the surface. Responses from others become easier to interpret. Interactions that once seemed complicated now reveal straightforward guidance or truth. You'll notice new patterns emerging quietly in your routines. Simple observations help you understand where to apply your effort and where patience will serve you better. This subtle change is stronger than it appears, offering clarity that affects everything from timing to connection. The energy of the day draws your attention to how actions and reactions intertwine. Choices made now carry influence that may be noticeable immediately or unfold slowly over the next several hours. The impact grows more obvious as the day progresses. Your habits feel lighter, more effective. Tasks that usually take too long are suddenly easy to complete. Focus sharpens. Even small steps create bigger outcomes than expected. Efficiency rises without strain. Interactions reveal growth. People show who they are through tiny shifts in tone or behavior. Observing these moments without judgment helps you choose what to do next with more precision and confidence. Patterns in attention, movement, and interaction begin stacking together. Even small cues you might normally miss add to your understanding of how the day is unfolding. The rhythm around you encourages gentle awareness rather than effort. Time behaves differently. Pauses and delays don't feel like setbacks. They offer perspective. Even brief waits fill themselves with insight. Recognizing these moments prepares you for what comes after November 24th. Right now, the energy surrounding this day feels impossible to ignore. Simple moments reveal layers you didn't see before. People behave just slightly differently, and situations unfold with a sense of being guided by something unseen. It's subtle, but anyone paying attention can feel the shift. Actions that would have seemed insignificant yesterday now hold weight. What was unclear earlier finally starts taking shape. The entire day encourages you to watch closely. Even the most casual interactions seem to be carrying a message or pointing you in a certain direction. Nothing feels accidental. Moments of waiting suddenly move again. A message arrives at a strangely perfect time. A conversation that starts small becomes meaningful. Tasks that once felt repetitive now glide forward. Time stretches and contracts, highlighting what matters and dimming what doesn't. Small moments expand into significance, shaping the atmosphere of the day. People respond with precision. Their reactions make more sense. Connections strengthen, or distances reveal themselves. Every exchange shows something about intention and alignment. These cues open paths, illuminate choices, and reveal truths that weren't visible before. Observing these details creates insight that feels both immediate and lasting. The day acts like a quiet mirror, reflecting what needs attention and what is ready to change. Even physical environments echo the shift. Spaces feel different. Objects seem purposeful. The world interacts with your focus as though it's nudging you toward what matters. Tiny details build into a meaningful picture. A comment, a look, a simple notification. Together, they form a pattern that guides you through the day. What once felt random now feels deliberate. By afternoon, the shift becomes unmistakable. Stagnant areas loosen. People behave more openly. Opportunities appear more clearly. The day prioritizes timing and awareness over force, and even the tiniest exchanges carry influence. As evening approaches, you may feel the momentum building. Earlier actions begin to show outcomes. Conversations reveal deeper meaning. The pattern of the day becomes clearer, as if everything is lining up with purpose. Ordinary moments feel heightened, and choices you made without thinking start showing their significance. The night of November 24th carries a sense of culmination, as if the day has been arranging each moment, quietly setting the stage until everything comes together. Interactions sharpen, priorities reveal themselves, and things that once felt scattered finally fall into place with a clarity that feels unmistakable. Small things suddenly stand out. A subtle look or tiny gesture carries meaning you might have missed before, a hint of trust, a quiet moment of recognition. Even quick exchanges, a simple smile or a short chat, seem to reveal something that's been waiting beneath the surface. What once felt ordinary now feels significant, helping decisions land more confidently and choices feel more intentional. As the day unfolds, everything moves differently. Tasks that normally feel heavy just glide. Problems that seemed stuck begin to untangle on their own. Even the most routine moments bring unexpected progress, like the energy around you has shifted the usual rhythm. It's as if something that's been building for weeks, maybe even months, finally clicks into place in ways you can feel but can't fully explain. Interactions with others hit deeper too. People's reactions, their words, even their silence reveal truths that weren't clear before. Some connections become stronger, while others show edges you hadn't noticed. The day naturally highlights which people fuel your growth and which dynamics need more attention. Simply watching and listening brings understanding without the pressure to judge or act immediately. Even coincidences feel different today. A message arrives at the exact moment you need it. A random encounter suddenly connects to something meaningful. The timing of things feels almost orchestrated, subtle, yet undeniable. Moments you might have brushed off now carry weight and influence the direction ahead. Paying attention brings clarity about how to move with purpose through the rest of the day. By evening, the shift becomes even more obvious. Patterns that were hard to spot earlier now make perfect sense. Everything you noticed, every choice you made, lines up to reveal insights that weren't visible before. The events of the day act like a lens, pulling hidden connections and priorities into focus and guiding your next steps. Looking back, the meaning deepens. What seemed small this morning now feels transformative. The unfolding of the day shows itself to be much bigger than you realized in the moment. Subtle signs that once seemed random now form a clear message. The quiet power of today lingers, resonating long after the day is technically over. November 24th's moon event brings a rare kind of alignment. Day is already shaping experiences in ways that feel strangely precise, almost magical. Sudden clarity, unexpected insights, meaningful moments with others. All of it points to something bigger, working in the background. Sharing what stood out for you today helps that energy grow. When you comment with the little shifts you noticed, the surprises, the breakthroughs, the small but meaningful moments, you create a ripple effect beyond what's visible. Your experience might reflect someone else's, and those connections form naturally when people speak honestly about what unfolded. The subtle signs, the breakthroughs, and the quiet miracles of November 24th invite you to stay alert and open. By contributing, sharing, and connecting, you not only honor what happened today, you help carry its energy forward. This is just the beginning of a much bigger transformation. And this space lets everyone take part in what comes next.